Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video here at 88 Rotors Off-Road. We're going to showcase some new Lexus GX550s, some older 460s, 470s, 4RUNNERs, and Sequoias in this compilation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We're going to kick off today's video with this brand new 2025 Lexus GX550 in Nori Green. And up on the other rack, we have an underground TRD Off-Road Toyota 4RUNNER. We've installed an EIBACH Pro Truck Stage 2 lift setup on this one with SPC ball joint front upper control arms. Our shop, 88 Rotors, is located in sunny Southern California in the city of Baldwin Park. If you're looking to get some work done by us, please reach out to us anytime by phone, or you can always message us by clicking on the link in the description and going to our contact form. For the wheels and tires on this one, we went with some RRW RR7H Flowform wheels in a 17 by 8.5 size with the 0 offset. We wrapped it up in a 285/70/17 BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tire. We performed our manual alignment with custom caster adjustment for full tire clearance. So we're going to bring this one out now for a quick test drive. Swinging back over to the Lexus GX550 in Nori Green, we just installed a Westcott Designs preload collar lift setup. We also did some KMC IMS wheels on this one in a bronze color. These are a 17 by 8.5 size with a positive 25 offset. We also wrapped it up in a 285/75/17 Nitto Ridge Grappler, which equates to a 34-inch tire. And back on the other rack, we have a king suspension setup that's going on this 4RUNNER along with some Westcott Designs rock sliders. The king setup on here are the 2.5 remote reservoir coilovers and shocks that we installed with some CAMBURG tubular X-joint upper control arms. We adjusted the front to about 3 inches of lift and got the back up about 1.5 inches with some Old Man Emu lift springs. The GX550 required a little bit of trimming to clear the 285/75/17 tires. We're installing a set of Method bead grip wheels. These are the MR703s in a 17 by 8.5 size with the 0 offset. And the third vehicle on the last rack we have on the right is going with a BILSTEIN 6112 setup. This is a 4RUNNER getting the 6112s in the front with CAMBURG tubular X-joint upper control arms and a 5160 rear shock in the back with our Old Man Emu lift springs. We also installed a set of 17 by 8.5 -10 Volk TE37XT wheels and wrapped it up in a 285/70/17 tire. We also did a body mount chop to clear it and a manual alignment with fine tuning of the caster to make sure everything clears properly. The Nori Green GX550 is ready to rock and roll. We're bringing it out for a quick test drive now. The King and CAMBURG suspension setup has been installed, body mount chop has been performed, the Westcott Designs rock sliders are on the vehicle, and the new wheels and tires are on as well. We hope that you guys are enjoying the video so far, and if you do so, please find time to click on that thumbs up and give us a like. It makes a big difference for this video and the channel itself, and it definitely encourages us to make more videos like this for your viewing pleasure. Next up, we have this white 4RUNNER that's in for a C4 Low Pro winch bumper. We're installing it with a Baja Designs 30-inch S8 amber-colored light bar. C4 Fabrications offers the C4 Low Pro winch bumper in a raw finish only. So what we do is we order a ton of them, get them in, powder coat them black, and have them sitting on the shelf so they're ready to go. If you're looking for a bumper like this for your vehicle, reach out to us anytime. C4 also offers a high clearance side edition, but the customer here opted out on that and wanted us to do our high clearance bumper cut with it instead. We also installed some Baja Design Squadron Sport wide cornering lights on here. As for the suspension, we did a BILSTEIN 6112 setup with 5160 rear shocks, SPC ball joint upper control arms, and OME lift springs in the back. For the wheels and tires, we went with the very popular RRW RR7H Flowforms in a 17 by 8.5 size with a 0 offset in matte black that was wrapped in a 285/70/17 BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2. If you want to get a set of these RRWs at a discounted rate, use the promo code YouTube at checkout on our website at 88rotorsoffroad.com to get up to $125 off a set of 5 or $100 off a set of 4. This offer is only good for online orders. Next up, we have this Terra-colored Sequoia TRD Pro. This one's in for a Westcott Designs preload collar lift setup. We're going to be slapping on some Method MR305s in a bronze finish. We're going to do some 305/70/18 Nitto Recon grapplers on this one. If you guys like what you see here and want to see more, make sure to check us out on Instagram. You can find us at 88 Rotors Off-Road, where we post on there daily. Here's the Method MR305s in a bronze finish wrapped in a Nito Recon Grappler. All of a sudden, I feel like eating some Dorito chips right now. And here we have it. Wheels and tires are on, along with the Westcott Designs preload collar. We're doing an alignment to it and bringing it out for a quick test drive. This white 4Runner is in for a Fox lift setup, and we're throwing on these Method MR705 wheels. And this Barcelona red metallic 4Runner is in for a BILSTEIN 6112 setup with 5160 rear shocks and SPC ball joint upper control arms. We're doing the Fox 2.5 Performance Elite Series shocks on this white 4Runner, along with some CAMBURG tubular X-joint upper control arms. The rear's getting lifted with some Old Man Emu springs. The Fox 2.5 Performance Elite Series shocks are one of the best that you can get for a mid-travel setup for your 4Runner. If you're looking for a setup like this for your vehicle, check us out at 88rotorsoffroad.com. We have these packages pre-packaged, pre-assembled, pre-adjusted, and ready to be installed. They're usually back-ordered from Fox, but we always have it in stock on the shelf because we order these by the pallets. Like our 20-year anniversary t-shirts? Grab one at 88rotorsoffroad.com. And here's a close-up of the front-end suspension. Method MR705s in a 17 by 8.5 with the zero offset are installed on here with some 285/7017 BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tires. And the 5160 rear shocks with OME lift springs have been installed on the Barcelona red metallic 4Runner. The new suspension, wheels, and tires have been installed on this 4Runner, so we're going to bring it out for a quick test drive next. The red 4Runner's ready to rock and roll as well, out for a test drive. Next 4Runner in is going with the Dobinson IMS setup. We're doing the shocks for both front and rear with the Dobinson coil springs and an Apache off-road front upper control arm setup. We're doing Duro bumps for both front and rear on this one as well, and we're also installing some RCI skid plates. At this stage, all of our techs are going over their work and making sure that all nuts and bolts are torqued down properly and giving it a little bit of quality control before they mark it with a white paint pen. Double checking and making sure that there's no rattling of the new skid plate as well. Up on the other rack, we have a Lexus GX460 that's in for a BILSTEIN 6112 setup. We installed it here with some CAMBURG tubular X-joint upper control arms. And over to the rear end, we already installed some Old Man Emu lift springs with some BILSTEIN 5160 shocks. And yes, you're seeing double. We have another white GX460 on the other rack getting an EIBACH Pro Truck Stage 2 lift setup on. We're installing some 1552 Traverse wheels on here, 17 by 8.5, zero offset in this matte black that we're wrapping in a 285/7017 Falcon Wild Peak AT4W. Our tech is wrapping up the rear end suspension install on this GX460. He's installed the rear springs from EIBACH along with the sport shocks. This one's ready to go. We're gonna bring this one out for a quick test drive. And here's a recap so you know exactly what we just did to this vehicle. We installed the BILSTEIN 6112 setup on this one with CAMBURG X-joint upper control arms in the front end, Old Man Emu rear lift springs with 5160 rear shocks, with some 1552 Traverse HD wheels in a 17 by 8.5 size with 285/7017 Falcon Wild Peak AT4Ws on this one. Back over to the other GX, EIBACH Stage 2 Pro Truck lift setup has been installed on this one. Both GXs are now complete. This one's pretty much a wrap as well. We're bringing it down now after the Dobinson IMS setup has been installed along with the skid plates and other goodies. And up on the other rack, we have a third generation Toyota 4Runner that we just installed a BILSTEIN suspension setup on. We did the 5100 shocks all around with some SPC ball joint upper control arms in the front end, and Old Man Emu lift springs for both front and rear. The owner of the vehicle brought in his own used wheels on here, so we installed some 285/70/17 tires on it for him. And that's pretty much going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for your continued support. Make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, make sure to turn on that notification bell. That way you'll get alerted the next time we post another cool video. Until then, take care, guys.